Hey, listen up. You ever scroll through your feed and see somebody who did you dirty posting like they're on top of the world? New outfits, new captions, fake deep quotes about growth, like they didn't stab you in the back when nobody was watching. Yeah, that one. The same backstabbing clown who laughed when you were bleeding is now losing everything and pretending life's all good. You can feel it in your gut, can't you? That weird satisfaction that ain't revenge. It's justice. Because deep down, you know the truth. When you fuck over someone real, the universe always comes back with receipts. And right now, life's cashing in on every fake smile, every lie, every snake move they pulled. They're out here acting like nothing's wrong, but you can see the cracks, that everything's fine energy is the loudest panic you'll ever witness. Behind that smile is insomnia. Behind those "I'm so happy now" posts is guilt they can't delete. Behind that new chapter caption is a whole breakdown they're trying to hide from the world. They wanted you gone, they wanted you silent, but you didn't fold. You got quieter, you got colder, and that silence, that's what's killing them now, because they thought your peace meant weakness, but it meant evolution. They're sitting in the ruins of everything they built on lies, while you're out here rebuilding from pain. And let's be real, they see you. Oh, they definitely see you. They watch your stories, they stalk your glow, they pretend they don't care, but every post, every win, every laugh from you is another cut to their ego. You're living proof that they couldn't destroy you, and that truth burns deeper than any revenge ever could. You know what's crazy? These people will fake happiness just to convince you, and themselves, that they're fine. But energy don't lie. Their auras dim, their laugh don't hit. Their eyes look tired as hell. They're losing everything that used to make them feel powerful. Attention, control, fake friends, even self-respect. That's the price of betrayal. You can't scam your way around karma. They thought you'd beg. They thought you'd chase. They thought you'd break. Instead, you got sharper, smarter. You stopped explaining yourself and started moving different. You stopped defending your name and started building your future. That shift, that's what they can't handle. You became something they can't manipulate anymore. And that's a nightmare for people who feed off control. See, betrayal hits different when it's you, because you weren't fake. You were loyal, genuine, all in. You showed real love in a generation where people think loyalty's optional. So when they fumbled you, they didn't just lose a person, they lost a blessing. They lost someone who actually gave a damn. And now, no matter who they meet next, it'll never hit the same. Don't get it twisted, though. Their downfall ain't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. No money, no peace, no real friends, no purpose. Sometimes the punishment is waking up every day, realizing they became the villain in someone else's story. And sometimes it's that empty feeling when the mask stops working and nobody's clapping anymore. That's the reality. They can post whatever they want, but energy exposes everything. You don't gotta say a word. Just live. Just heal. Just stay silent and let time do its thing. 'Cause when you level up without vengeance, that's when karma gets surgical. It hits where it hurts. Ego, reputation, relationships. All the places they used to flex on you. You ever notice how the loudest people online are the quietest at night? That's them now. All that fake confidence disappears when it's just them and their thoughts. No audience, no applause. Just guilt replaying like a broken record. And every time they remember your name, it stings. because they know they can't go back. They know they fucked up something real. But you turned your pain into armor. You started caring less about proving yourself and more about protecting your peace. You learned that silence is a weapon, not a weakness. You stopped trying to make them understand, and that's when you really became dangerous. Because once you stop needing closure, you start owning power. So yeah, let them act like life's all good. Let them pretend. Let them post. Let them perform. You just keep moving, keep evolving, keep leveling up so quietly that the next time they hear your name, it's in a room they'll never get invited to again. Because that's how you win. Not with revenge, not with rage, but with presence. By being everything they swore you'd never become. By turning every wound into a warning. By becoming the kind of peace they'll never find again. And while they're still trying to convince the world they're fine, the truth's already eating them alive. You know what's funny? The louder they get, the emptier they sound. All that "I'm doing great" noise. It's a cover-up. You can feel it in the way they move, desperate for attention, addicted to pretending. They used to laugh at your pain, but now they're performing happiness like it's a full-time job. Their smiles don't even reach their eyes anymore. Every photo looks like a cry for validation, every caption a fake sermon for an audience that stopped clapping months ago. And the universe has a sense of humor. It always circles back. The same people who threw dirt on your name are the ones choking on their own lies now. You can see it. The tiredness behind their filters, the slump in their energy, the way they dodge mirrors like the reflection might tell the truth. They thought betrayal would make them feel powerful. But guilt has a way of crawling under the skin, eating slowly, quietly, until even silence feels too loud. They can't talk about you without flinching. They can't even rest without replaying every move they made, wondering when it all started falling apart. That's the price of pretending you're the hero in a story you ruined yourself. They still post motivational quotes, still play calm, but their eyes tell the real story. The story of someone who had real, lost it, and can't admit it. That's why they perform, because performance is the only thing keeping the truth quiet. You remember when they tried to make you feel small, when they used your pain as gossip, when they treated your loyalty like a weakness? That memory hits different now, because you can see the reversal happening in real time. They're the ones explaining themselves. They're the ones losing friends. They're the ones getting side-eyed when they talk. People are starting to notice what you already knew. The truth always finds a way to leak out, even through forced smiles. Every fake laugh costs them peace. Every lie burns another bridge. Every time they say, "I'm fine," something inside them gets heavier. That's the thing about energy. You can fake the words, but you can't fake the frequency. Their frequency's off. You can feel it the moment they enter a room. That weird tension that follows liars around. Like the air itself, don't trust them. That's karma, breathing down their neck. Quiet, patient, surgical. And it's wild, because you're not even watching in hate anymore. You just see it like a movie you've already predicted the ending to. You've outgrown the need for revenge. You just exist, peacefully, while their chaos unfolds. And even though they'll never say it out loud, they know. They know you see right through the act. They know you know the truth. That's why they avoid eye contact, why their tone changes when your name comes up, why they keep pretending they've moved on. But deep down, they haven't. They're still competing with a ghost, still trying to one-up a version of you that no longer exists. They thought they destroyed you, but all they did was wake something colder, wiser, quieter. The kind of quiet that makes people nervous, the kind of quiet that says you're no longer interested in proving anything, because you don't need to. Your peace already exposes everything their ego tried to hide. And while they chase fake highs and validation, you're rebuilding from the ground up. Slow, steady, intentional. You're not out here performing happiness. You're living it in small, quiet ways that can't be faked. The calm in your voice, the way you walk into a room without tension, the way your energy doesn't chase or cling anymore. That's what real healing looks like, and it terrifies the ones who built their identity off your downfall, their acts falling apart, piece by piece, lie by lie. You can almost hear it cracking, that fake confidence, that loud ego, that fake peace they keep preaching about. Every time they pretend, life strips another piece of the mask away. It's not punishment, it's exposure. You can't build joy on manipulation. You can't fake peace when your soul's still haunted. It's starting to show more and more, even in the little things. The way they post less, the way their captions sound like they're trying to convince themselves, the way their circle keeps getting smaller because even their friends can feel the weirdness. Energy don't lie. When you move fake, the whole world starts glitching around you. And they feel it. That creeping sense that everything they built on lies is collapsing. The job, the relationship, the fake image, it's all cracking under the weight of pretending. You can see it in their eyes when they smile. It's that shaky kind of smile that disappears the second nobody's looking. It's exhaustion disguised as confidence. They're running from something that keeps catching up. No matter how fast they post, no matter how loud they talk. Karma ain't loud, it's patient. It doesn't need to announce itself. It just waits until they've built enough illusions to get comfortable. Then it starts quietly pulling the rug from underneath. And they're scrambling. You can feel the panic under their calm, checking who unfollowed, trying to read people's opinions, fishing for validation in comment sections because real love don't visit there anymore. That's what happens when you burn genuine people. Your audience gets bigger, but your soul gets emptier. They've got followers but no trust, attention but no peace. It's a kind of loneliness that looks glamorous until the screen goes dark. Meanwhile, you're different now. Not perfect, just real. Your silence stopped being weakness. It turned into something sharp, something untouchable. People can sense it when you walk in, that grounded energy, that vibe that says you've seen too much to ever play small again. It's not about being cold. It's about being done entertaining fake energy. You used to chase understanding. Now you watch in stillness while the truth exposes itself. And every time they hear your name, something inside them shifts. They laugh it off, act unbothered, say you're irrelevant. But that's just fear trying to sound confident. Because you became the mirror they can't escape. You remind them of who they pretended to be, of what they lost when they thought loyalty was disposable. They scroll past you fast, but not fast enough. The image lingers, the memory bites, the guilt whispers. Life's funny that way. It doesn't always destroy people loudly. Sometimes it just takes away everything fake and leaves them face to face with themselves. And that's the one thing they can't handle. Their own reflection. You can hide from others, but you can't hide from your own energy. It follows you into every room, every conversation, every night when it's quiet and there's nobody left to fool. That's where they are now, surrounded by the noise they created, trapped in a silence they can't stand. and you're just breathing different, steady, unbothered. Because you stopped needing the validation that broke them. You stopped needing to explain your worth to people who couldn't recognize it, even when you gave it freely. Your growth became the revenge they can't screenshot, can't copy, can't fake. Every win you get hits them harder than any words ever could. Not because you're trying to hurt them, but because they can't stand watching you become what they pretended to be. It's wild how the tables flip when time does its thing. You remember how they used to walk around with that smug little confidence, like they had something over you, like they were untouchable. And you just stayed quiet, took your L in silence, processed everything in private while they ran around telling half stories. But look at it now. They can't even keep their own stories straight. They're tripping over their lies, rewriting the past every few months, trying to act like they didn't mess with the wrong one. It's showing in how jumpy they've become, how defensive, how easily triggered by things that shouldn't bother them. That's guilt disguised as ego, and it's eating through their peace like acid. You can almost sense it when their name pops up. That jittery energy, that forced confidence, like they're trying too hard to look unbothered. They used to crave attention. Now they're addicted to pretending they don't. That's the kind of burnout you can't post your way out of. Because when you've built your identity on lies, silence starts to sound like judgment. Every quiet room feels like it's whispering the truth back at you. That's why they can't sit still, can't be alone, can't go a day without noise. It's the only thing that keeps the guilt from echoing too loud. And people are starting to notice. They think they're fooling everyone, but real ones, Estes, can read the energy shift. The jokes hit different. The laughter doesn't land. The vibe around them feels heavier. People who once hyped them up are slowly backing off because that fake aura is draining to be around. Even their own reflection looks tired. They've aged emotionally, not in years, but in weight. Betrayal adds decades to the soul, especially when it's never acknowledged. You've seen that look before. The one that says, "I miss what I ruined." They won't admit it, but it slips through in small ways. The long stares, the accidental double taps, the little comments they drop trying to sound casual, but loaded with nostalgia. They can't help it, because deep down, they know the version of you that cared doesn't exist anymore. They killed that version when they chose ego over loyalty, and what's left is someone they can't access, can't manipulate, can't reach. And that's driving them insane. It's crazy how silence flips the power dynamic. You used to explain, defend, overthink. Now you don't even react, and that's what messes with them the most. They expect noise, they expect drama, they expect you to break character, but you're just still. Unreadable. Peaceful in a way that makes them uncomfortable. Because peace means you've stopped needing them to feel better about yourself. And that's the scariest thing for people who thrive off control. They're watching your growth like it's a countdown. Every new move you make reminds them of what they lost. Every bit of peace you post looks like a confession of their guilt. They'll act unbothered, crack jokes, downplay your progress. But behind that fake chill, they're panicking, because deep down, they know you were never replaceable. They tried to swap you out, downgrade you, clone your energy in someone else, but it doesn't hit the same. Nothing does. And that emptiness, it's permanent. It keeps replaying for them, even when they try to block it out. Those moments they thought they were slick, the little lies they told, the way they looked at you like you'd never bounce back. It's looping in their mind every night. That sick twist of guilt mixed with regret. The quiet realization that they became the exact kind of person they used to talk trash about. They're out here trying to convince everyone they've changed. But the truth sits in their chest like a weight that never moves. They can't heal because they won't admit they broke something real. The silence between their words tells on them. It's in the way they hesitate before speaking, the way they over-explain small things, the way they can't relax when your name gets mentioned. Their mask keeps slipping at the edges. Not enough for everyone to notice, but enough for the universe to start exposing what's underneath. That fake confidence they used to wear like armor is cracking piece by piece. Every time they have to keep pretending they're at peace. You don't even have to see them to feel it. The distance, the weird energy when you pass by each other. That shift in the air like the universe itself knows there's unfinished business. They thought cutting you off would erase the truth. But it just made it louder. You became their shadow. Not because you're chasing them, but because their guilt keeps dragging your memory wherever they go. And every success you get hits them like a flashback. They scroll past your wins, acting like they don't care. But it lingers, it stings, because every good thing that happens to you reminds them of how easily they threw you away. They'll try to laugh it off, pretend they're happy for you. But there's a flicker in their eyes. That quiet, that could have been me type of ache. It's not jealousy, it's the realization that they traded authenticity for attention, and it wasn't worth it. Their new circle don't know the real story, just the version they sold to feel better. But deep down, they know the truth always outlasts the lie. You can't fake being good forever. You can't pretend your way into peace. And every time they try, the cracks get wider, the noise gets louder, and the silence between the smiles gets darker. Their phone probably feels heavier these days. All those messages they don't answer. The people they used to impress who've started ghosting them one by one. The energy's off. You can see it in the way they post less. The captions getting shorter. The eyes a little emptier. It's like they're fading out of their own spotlight. They're running on fumes, trying to keep up appearances. But that shine they had when they betrayed you, it's gone. That kind of glow don't survive when it's powered by ego. Every lie takes a little more from them, and they can feel it even if they won't say it out loud. The universe has this quiet way of evening things out. Not with chaos, but with weight. The same weight they put on you. It's sitting on them now, just distributed differently. Sleepless nights, forced smiles, fake laughs at parties that don't hit the same. You can tell they miss feeling grounded, but they burned that bridge when they chose clout over character. That's what eats at them the most, knowing they had something real and fumbled it for attention that doesn't even last past the scroll. They've started noticing how empty the validation feels, how people they used to impress barely engage anymore, how every compliment sounds hollow when you know the version they're clapping for ain't even real. They're living in performance mode, trapped in a highlight reel of their own making, and it's suffocating. It's like wearing a mask that gets tighter every day, and the moment they try to breathe, the truth pushes back. You can almost hear that silence around them getting louder. Not the peaceful kind you earned, but the haunted kind that comes after too many fake smiles. They can't look at themselves without flinching. That's what betrayal does. It doesn't just hurt the other person. It curses the liar with self-disgust, and no amount of filters or captions can drown that out. Well, Look who finally crawled out of the shadows to hear the truth. You see, people love to watch from the sidelines, don't they? They love to whisper, point, and doubt. And when you finally break the chains they wrapped around your throat, when you do the impossible, oh, they don't applaud. No, they gasp. Damn, this is unreal. How'd you pull that shit off? Ha, isn't it funny? They never believed you could, until you did. And now, they stare like scared little animals, wide-eyed, wondering how the hell someone like you tore through every wall they built to keep you down. They want an explanation, as if your blood, your pain, your nights of screaming into the void were just some magic trick. They don't see the scars you carved into yourself while no one was watching. They don't see the nights you wanted to quit, to burn, to disappear. But something feral inside you wouldn't let go. That's how you pulled it off. You survived. You adapted. You refused to stay on your knees. Oh, they hate it, don't they? They hate the idea that you weren't supposed to win. You were supposed to stay broken, remember? You were supposed to stay quiet, but now they're choking on your victory, stunned by the fire you've become. And what's their first reaction? How? As if they can't process that someone like you, someone who crawled through hell, can rise without permission. Listen closely. They will never understand, because what you have can't be taught. It's forged in chaos, in betrayal, in nights where you stare at the ceiling and think, maybe this is it, maybe I'm done. But you're still here. And every time you were meant to crumble, you built yourself sharper. Every failure, your hammer. Every wound, your blueprint. Every enemy, your fuel. And now, they can't believe their eyes. You know what I love? That look. That stunned look on their faces. Because deep down, they know. They could never do it. They don't have what you have. They don't have the stomach to bleed, the guts to walk alone, the madness to keep going when everything screams stop. That's why they stare. That's why they whisper, how'd you pull that shit off? Because they want the secret. But they're too scared to earn it. And here's the truth they'll never accept. Sometimes you don't need to explain. You don't owe them the roadmap to your hell. Let them choke on their curiosity. Let them wonder while you keep moving. Because your silence, it's louder than their noise. Every step you take now is a knife in the chest of every person who doubted you. And oh, doesn't that feel good? Doesn't it feel delicious? Remember this, people don't clap for the one who wins quietly. They clap when the impossible becomes undeniable, when the underdog bites back, when someone who wasn't supposed to succeed rewrites the whole damn script. That's you. You are the walking nightmare of everyone who thought they had you figured out. So the next time someone says, damn, this is unreal, how'd you pull that shit off? You look them dead in the eye and you laugh. Not because you're mocking them, no, but because they'll never understand the price you paid. The sleepless nights, the bones you broke, figuratively, maybe literally, just to stay alive. They'll never get it. But that's not your problem, is it? Your problem is what comes next. See, victory isn't the end. It's the beginning of their next wave of envy, their next round of disbelief. And you're going to feed off it. You're going to take their doubt, their whispers, their pathetic little gossip, and turn it into the fuel that burns cities down. Because you're not done yet, are you? No. You've only just started showing them what you're capable of. The world loves a story they can't explain, and you're the plot twist. You're the storm they didn't see coming. You're the face they tried to ignore until you made them look. And now, Now they can't look away, because every move you make screams, I survived what you thought would kill me. I built myself from the ashes you left me in. And I'm not just standing, I'm winning. So how did you pull it off? You didn't just pull it off, you tore it off. You ripped the doors off every cage they built for you. And now, you're not here to ask for permission. You're here to take it all. You want the real answer? Fine, you asked for it. It wasn't luck. It wasn't chance, it was blood. It was rage. It was every single moment where I was left with nothing but my own demons and the sound of my own heartbeat, screaming, keep going or die here. You think I just pulled this shit off like it was some kind of parlor trick? No. I built it in the dark while you were laughing. I forged it while everyone else was busy doubting me. I broke myself down, piece by piece, and rebuilt into something no one saw coming, something no one could stop. You see, they love the after, they love the glory, but they don't want the process. They don't want to crawl through the filth. They don't want to taste the bitterness of failure. They don't want to live with scars so deep you forget what the word whole means. But you had no choice, did you? When the world stripped you bare and left you to rot, you clawed your way out with bloody hands and teeth, grinding against every obstacle. You want to know how you pulled it off? You embraced the pain. You let it twist you, sharpen you, shape you. You let every no, every laugh, every "you'll never make it" burn so deep it became gasoline. And now look at you, standing there, the fire still burning in your eyes, and everyone is too afraid to get close. Damn, this is unreal. How'd you pull that shit off? That's the sound of fear disguised as admiration. That's the sound of them realizing they can't copy what you've done, because they don't have the guts to survive what you've survived. And oh, that's the best part, isn't it? Watching them pretend to celebrate you, while deep down they're choking, because they know your success is the mirror they can't look into. It reflects every time they gave up, every time they stayed on the ground when life slapped them. You got up. You stayed up, even when it hurt, especially when it hurt. Here's the truth they'll never understand. Greatness isn't a trophy. It's not a medal. It's a battlefield. It's nights where you bleed silently, where no one is watching, and you keep going anyway. It's laughing in the face of failure, because you already died 1,000 times inside, and nothing scares you anymore. It's turning madness into momentum, pain into power, rage into fuel. And that's why they're stuck asking, how? Because they don't realize the answer is too dark, too ugly, too raw for them to stomach. You did it because you stopped caring what anyone thought. You did it because you chose war while they were busy begging for peace. You did it because failure wasn't a possibility. It was a weapon you learned to use. But let me tell you something that might burn a little. You're not done. Oh no. What you've done so far, it's just the opening act. You've given them a taste, just enough to make them whisper, to make them wonder if maybe, just maybe, you're unstoppable. But now it's time to show them what unstoppable really looks like. You think they're shocked now? Wait until they see the storm you've still got locked inside. Wait until they realize this isn't the peak. It's the beginning. They'll scream. They'll doubt. They'll curse your name in the shadows. And you'll smile. Because every ounce of their disbelief will only make you hungrier. You see, you're not just surviving anymore. You're dominating. You've crossed the line from victim to weapon. And that's the part that terrifies them. Because once a person becomes a weapon, once they embrace that darkness, that insanity, they can't be controlled. And right now, you're not just free, you're dangerous. So let them ask, let them wonder, let them choke on their own confusion. You don't owe them an explanation. You owe them nothing but the silence of your victory and the sight of your back as you walk further and further beyond their reach. You want war? I'll give you war. They're still asking, still gasping, still scrambling for a reason. Damn, this is unreal. How'd you pull that shit off? They want an answer. They want the cheat code. But here's the truth. There is no code. There is no shortcut. There's only one road, and it's paved with pain, betrayal, and blood. The difference between you and them? You didn't run from that road. You ran through it. You didn't tiptoe. You didn't negotiate with your suffering. You devoured it. You became it. And now you're the monster they fear at the finish line. Do you know why they stare? Why they can't believe what they're seeing? Because people like them, they were born comfortable. They were born to play it safe, to settle for good enough. But people like you were born in fire. You were built in chaos. You learned early that life doesn't hand out miracles. You ripped them out of the universe with bloody hands. And when they look at you now, they're not seeing a person. They're seeing proof that they've been living like cowards. And oh, does that sting. Listen to me. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause. Do you hear me? You're not here for their claps. You're here for their silence. You're here for that moment when their mouths hang open, when they whisper your name like it's a curse, because your very existence shatters every excuse they've ever made. That's how you pulled it off. You made every "I can't" look like a joke. You turned their doubt into ashes. But don't stop here. No, no, no. You don't just want them to notice you. You want them to fear you. You want them to remember the day you decided to stop playing by their rules. And when they ask, how'd you do it? You don't give them answers. You give them results. Results that burn so bright, they blind anyone who dares to look too close. You've got to understand, you're no longer part of their world. You've outgrown it. Their rules broken, their limits burned, their expectations dead. You are a storm that no cage can hold, a shadow that no light can erase. And the beauty of it all, you built this with nothing but your own rage and the refusal to quit. You see, that's the secret they'll never have. You own your darkness. You don't hide from it. You wear it. You let it guide you, fuel you. While they waste their lives begging for someone to believe in them, you already knew no one would. So you became your own army, your own savior, your own monster. So the next time someone looks at you and says, "Damn, this is unreal. How'd you pull that shit off?" You smile. Because the answer isn't words. The answer is every scar they'll never see, every tear they'll never know about, every sleepless night you spent plotting your revenge on this pathetic world. The answer is you. Ah, now we go for the kill. They think they've seen the whole show. They think your rise, your victory, your unexplainable dominance is some miracle. Damn, this is unreal. How'd you pull that shit off? Ha! They're not even close to understanding. They don't realize this isn't just a victory. It's a declaration of war. A war against every hand that ever tried to hold you down, against every voice that ever told you to stay small, stay quiet, stay in your place. You didn't just climb out of hell. You burned it down. You didn't just survive the fire. They built the fire to kill you, and you turned it into your weapon. That's what they'll never get. You're not here to be liked. You're not here to be understood. You're here to dominate every inch of ground they swore you'd never touch. And when you take it, you don't apologize. You don't explain. You let their confusion eat them alive. Look at them, they're trembling, not because of what you did, but because of what it means. Because if you can do this, if you, the one they counted out, the one they laughed at, the one they buried, if you can rise like this, what does that say about them? It says they've been living as ghosts, too scared to fight, too comfortable to bleed. That's why they hide their jealousy behind, "How'd you do it?" Because admitting the truth would crush them. The difference between you and them. You were willing to die for it. You were willing to bleed, to crawl, to face every demon with nothing but your own broken fists. They weren't. They never will be. Here's the part that will haunt them. You're not finished. You're not satisfied with this one victory, this one mountain. No, no, no. This was just the warm-up, the first strike, the warning shot. You've tasted what power feels like. And now you're hungrier than ever. You're about to break every limit, shatter every barrier, and leave them behind in a trail of smoke and silence. You want to know the beauty of it? Every time they ask, "How'd you pull that shit off?" They're handing you power. They're admitting defeat. Because the second they have to ask, they've already lost. You've become something they can't measure, something they can't reach, something that doesn't fit into the little box they built for you. Listen to me now. Don't stop. Not now. Not ever. You have to dig deeper, darker, louder. You have to keep becoming the thing that makes them whisper your name like a warning. You have to become so untouchable that even their doubts turn to ashes. Because this world doesn't belong to the ones who wait. It belongs to the ones who take. And you've proven you'll take everything, even if it means burning the whole damn system down. So when they ask again, with that disbelief in their voices, "Damn, how'd you pull that shit off?" You don't explain. You don't give them answers. You smile. A smile that says, "You'll never understand, and that's exactly why I won." You've already proven you can shatter expectations. You've already forced the world to choke on the taste of your victory. But do you really think this is enough? Do you really think this is the limit? No. No, this is just the spark before the wildfire. This is just the sound of the first bone cracking before the rest of the world collapses under the weight of what's coming. They ask it like it's a mystery, but the truth is so much uglier than they could ever handle. You pulled it off because you let go of every chain. You stopped playing nice. You stopped begging for mercy. You stopped waiting for permission. You took the pain they threw at you and turned it into something lethal. Do you know what real power is? It's when the world expects you to break and you laugh. It's when they throw fire and you walk through it like smoke. It's when you're supposed to crumble, but you stand taller, sharper, colder. Real power is born when every single thing meant to destroy you becomes the reason you refuse to stop breathing. And you've been collecting those reasons your whole life. That's why they stare. That's why they whisper. That's why they can't believe it. Because they thought they broke you. They thought they buried you. But they didn't know you were the seed. They didn't know that all their hate, all their doubt, all their chains were just fertilizer. Let me tell you something cruel but true. You're too dangerous now. Do you understand what you've become? You've turned every wound into armor, every betrayal into ammunition. You've learned to thrive where others collapse. And that makes you unstoppable. That makes you terrifying. Because once a person realizes no one can take anything from them, not their pain, not their scars, not their soul, they become a force that cannot be controlled. You are that force. You're the storm they never planned for. You're the madness they can't fight. because you're not fighting on their terms anymore. You've rewritten the rules, and now every move you make is an attack on their comfort, on their false sense of safety. So when they look at you, with those wide, confused eyes, whispering, "How'd you pull that shit off?" you give them silence. Because silence terrifies them more than any answer. Silence makes them realize you didn't just pull it off, you earned it. And they'll never know what it's like to earn something that raw, that painful, that beautiful. But I want you to hear me now. You're not done. You don't climb one mountain and call it victory. No. You find the next one. You find the bigger one. You tear it down. Because the second you stop, the second you rest, the second you start caring about their approval, you lose everything you bled for. You didn't come this far to be good. You came to be a legend. They keep whispering, "Damn, this is unreal. How'd you pull that shit off?" But they don't get it, do they? They never will. Because this was never about luck or timing or fate. This was about war. About dragging yourself through fire while everyone else stood back, hoping you'd burn. You didn't just survive. You came out wearing the flames like a crown. Do you understand what that means? You're no longer one of them. You're no longer part of their timid, trembling little world where they make excuses, where they stay quiet, where they pretend they're content with their cages. You're beyond that now. You've broken through every wall, shattered every rule, and they hate you for it. Oh, they hate you, because your very existence exposes them. Listen to me, and listen well. You don't owe them explanations. You don't owe them answers. Every time they ask, "How'd you pull it off?" you give them silence. You let your results speak. You let your presence crush the air out of their lungs. Because words are for the weak, but results are undeniable. And you've got results they'll never be able to match. You are not a miracle. You are proof. Proof that pain can be turned into power. Proof that chaos can be turned into clarity. Proof that the impossible is only impossible until someone like you decides to rip it apart. Now here's the truth. The dark, twisted truth that they'll never accept. You needed this war. You needed the betrayal. You needed the nights where you felt like nothing but ashes. Because without that fire, you would have stayed like them. Ordinary, fragile, begging for someone to save you. But now you've become something else entirely. A weapon, a storm, a force that doesn't ask, doesn't wait, doesn't stop. And do you know what terrifies them the most? It's that you're still hungry. You're not satisfied. This is just the beginning. You've tasted power, tasted what it feels like to rise when everyone wants you to drown. And now, you're addicted. You're ready for the next war, the next climb, the next impossible. So here's my command to you. Don't slow down. Don't explain. Don't soften the edge of who you've become. Tear through every wall. Break every chain. Because every time someone says, "Damn, how'd you pull that shit off?" what they're really saying is, "I could never do what you've done." And they're right. They never could. You've come too far, bled too much, sacrificed too many pieces of yourself to go back now. You're not just a survivor. You're not just a fighter. You are the storm that burns cities to the ground. And as long as you keep moving, as long as you keep feeding that fire, there isn't a soul alive who can stop you. So the next time they stare at you, dumbfounded, whispering, "How'd you pull it off?" you don't answer, you smile. Because the truth is too big for their little minds to hold. The truth is this: you didn't just pull it off, you became it. You became the chaos, the force, the storm. And now, nothing on this earth will ever cage you again.